Om najanami yogam japang naiva pujang natu aham sada sarvata sarvatubhyam jara janmo dukkho gata tapyamanam prabhu pahi papan namami shambho. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I do not know the practice of yoga, nor how to repeat your holy name. Neither do I know any form of worship. I am your humble supplicant, sorely afflicted with the countless miseries of birth and old age. Do thou save me from sins. To you, O Lord Shiva, I offer my humble salutations. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today our topic is from the cremation ground to the cave of the heart. Cremation ground, Lord Shiva roams around in the cremation ground. So to remember Shiva, we are thinking of the cremation ground. And Ramakrishna was born to bring that infinite joy and love into the hearts of all in the cave of the heart. The same Shiva in two aspects performed this. So we try to think in this way, how this Shiva, who is all auspicious, roams in the cremation ground. Cremation ground, but that cremation ground appears to be destructive. Death, we are all afraid of death. And he roams around in this area of this cremation ground cemetery, We find all dead, all calm and serene. But it is a destruction. How from that destruction to come to the question of your cave in the heart, the love, the presence of the divine, which that calmness generated there, can be felt inside. It is Shiva to Ramakrishna, the same spiritual energy, how it appears in one place destructive, another is a inward journey into the spirit of bliss and peace absolute. Normally, cremation ground is a place where everything is equaled. A place, a person, when anyone moves to the cremation ground, mind will be really philosophic for a moment. Even the most aggressive, worldly, brutal person going into the space of that cremation area or the cemetery area, he will have to pause. What am I? What is this? What is the end result of our life? All our pomp and pride, all our education and our learning, all our wisdom and brutality or falseness, everything is all equal here, and ultimately, as Holy Mother said, that it turns into 1.5 pound of ashes. It is for the everyone. So this is a place where the spiritual ideas get awakened in the heart of most of the people, and that really is an awakening in the spirit from the world of duality, world of fight and turmoil, how we live in this life with the petty things of life, with some small, and we make it so big. But death is imminent for everyone, and it comes in a split second. And when it comes, then what is the glory of that person? What is the power of that person? Or goodness or evil, whatever is there, all vanishes into where did it go? Who was there in the soul? Where did he come from? Where he is going now? This is a big question. It arises in the heart of everyone. That's why going back to the heart. It is a place of cremation, but taking us into the core of our very being. And it's just turning from this side to this side. That is the turning towards the heart. So we find that in this question is to be solved. How? That is also important. This cremation ground gives us the idea how to live a life then. What to do now? How can we enter into the cave of our own personality? What is there in the heart, in our innermost recess of our heart? And there is the joy, infinite glory of God. This is the same question Swami Vivekananda was hunted when he was before meeting Ramakrishna. He was door to door, knocking from door to door, and he was saying, this is a burning question. What happens after death? Where is the truth? Is there any God? And where can it be found? And that is the link of Ramakrishna and Shiva. And it happened this month. We have the 2 celebrations are coming, Shiva night soon, and also Ramakrishna's birthday. So just to think in some harmony between these 2 ideas, that Shiva stands for destruction, Shiva dances, and its every rhythm, the world vibrates, regenerates. Old is that among the trinity of Hinduism, as you know, the 3 ideas are there, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. But that Shiva is given the idea of to break it, to build up new things. Brahma comes to create. And same God, and then Vishnu nurtures and protects. And Shiva comes destroying and then rebuilding, the making germination of the new growth and new development of spirituality. It is one is coming out of our own self and playing the role in the world and going back to again home. It is a journey, round trip journey, from starting from that eternal reality, the truth, and making out in the external creation, and then coming, experiencing that, and turning back to the inner chamber of the heart again. But what is the way to do? This is the age Sri Ramakrishna has given, that he was one time going to a pilgrimage with Mathur, his landlord. And huge amount of people are associated in that journey. And he happened to come to Vedanta, that one Shiva temple in Deoghar. And what he did, he saw there are thousands of people who are hungry, who are naked, who are in famine-stricken people. They are almost to the bones. And Sri Ramakrishna asked Mathur, the landlord, that Mathur, you are king, so you feed these people and give them hair oil, give them money, and make them happy. It is a huge amount of expense. So Mathur was not ready for that. Mathur said, Baba, Father, we are going for a pilgrimage. And the fund and every arrangement has been done that way. And you are now saying to feed these people, where shall I get money now? Well, no, I don't understand anything. I will sit amongst these people until you feed them and dress them and and give them full oil and all these clothing, etc. I'm not going to get out from this place. I won't go to your pilgrimage. And it was so unmoving. That's the heart speaking about the one is the destructive side. Their famine has destroyed the entire system and people are dying. It's a death, going to cremation almost. Here comes the heart which speaks out the love for them. And what is the way? That is the principle for this age, to worship Shiva. Shiva Jnane Jiva Shiva. That serving the human being is serving God. It is more important than that of worshipping the Shiva in the temple. And that place where it happened, it is one of the, it's called the Jyotirlingas. All over India, 12 places are very much respected, where the Shiva temple are self-made Shiva temple. Other places, you take some stone, Shiva emblem, and put it and do worship, and then put the prana into it, prana pratishtha, as we do in our puja time. But it is not like that. It is there forever. So 12 such holy places are there. It is one of the holy places. So what it indicates, that what is the way out to get out of this fear of death, fear of losing everything, to fulfillment in the heart. What is the way out? That is the path of Sri Ramakrishna, which he shows as Shiva. Look at Shiva, the living Shiva, in the Jiva, the person who you are meeting in your life. So this is the journey from cremation of ground to the cave of the heart, overall idea. Now we find that Sri Ramakrishna, in the life of Sri Ramakrishna was born, when he was born, with a Shiva. Shiva is a god of all renunciation. Shiva has smeared his bodies with the ashes. That is his dress. He lives. He does not want anything of the world. He is absorbed in samadhi. And for the good of the world, sometimes the gods and goddesses request him. It's a mythical idea. He comes and helps the humanity. But he roams in the cremation ground is a very important point. That he roams in the ground, why? He roams in the heart where ego is destroyed, where our desires and cravings for mundane, selfishness, all evils are destroyed. He dances there. That is the cremation ground. How much powerful a person may be, how much educated a person may be, how much poor a person may be, how much illiterate a person may be, how much beautiful one may be, whatever not that beautiful may be. But cremation ground equalizes everyone. All are equal there. And that equality comes destroying our physical aspects of our personality, our body, our mind. Mind is not destroyed there, but still body, and body goes means mind is also affected there. But that body, through the body we act in the world of duality. And in this duality we forget our real nature. And we get too much involved into the affairs of the world, which is ultimately a place of voidness. Ultimately, we have to leave everything here. Every thing we achieve, that is to be given back to the nature from where we get it. Our body. This body is we acquire from the 5 elements. air, water, fire, space, and what is that? Fire. Air, water, fire, space, and so this 5. And we grow with this. We collect this thing from here, and we pay off. When we die, the water element of the body put into the fire, it evaporates. The breath, the air we are breathing, it goes back to the cosmic air. The energy, the heat which we have in our body temperature, it goes to the cosmic heat. And the material body which we earn through grains of food and other items, it goes to the ashes. So everything goes back. It is a tool. And how this tool, to understand, we live in the cremation ground. Why cremation ground? Everything equalizes, and everything end result is that destruction of all these physical things which we are proud of or which are repenting for. No, our failures and success in life, all focused on these external few things. So cremation ground is the land of Shiva, meaning that you be a king of your own life. Don't trust on this changeful object of the appearance. And it is changing all the time, and one day it will be a total change, means ultimate change, which will come back to zero again. It came out of zero, it goes back to zero. But this journey is very important because it helps us to think about our inner personality. And that I said that whenever anyone goes to the cremation ground, they will find the idea the world is meaningless. What for? The question will arise, what for? All this relationship, all this friendship, all our deep tie of love and or hatred or whatever, what is the purpose? It is all destruction. It destroys into that zero, and that is the destruction of our worldliness. We don't get destroyed. We are forgetful of what we are. We are focusing all our attention to the physical aspect of everything. What I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I taste, what I touch, that is my world. And I am so engrossed into this. And Shiva idea, Shiva is all auspicious. How it is auspicious? It brings us awareness. Hey, you are thinking this is all. And it gets destroyed and destroyed and destroyed. And ultimately, when it totally vanishes, then you feel, what am I then? Then a turning point comes in the life. Life leads us to the experience of that truth. That's why he is all auspicious, he is all kind. Though Shiva destroys, but Shiva is worshipped most lovingly because he brings us our spiritual awareness to turn into the inner chamber of our heart. And that question, when it starts, people like to think about life, practice spirituality, search for truth starts there. And journey to how to see, how to live the life, a new direction of life. Living the life, selfish life, self-centered life, only me and mine, as Shankara says. This samsara is nothing but ahamidam, mamaidam, naishargiko ayam loko vyavahara. The loko vyavahara, the human behavior, is continuing for time immemorial. Ahamidam, I am this, mamaidam, mine is this. Ahamidam, mamaidam. This is the eternal round of attachment going on. Who am I? I am this, and what is mine, what belongs to me. And this ignorance, this is the play of this Maya, and that is going on, and Shiva comes to destroy that. Hey, you are getting too much involved. And it may come suddenly. Everyone may plan, oh, I will do this after 20 years, after 10 years, this and that. We may plan, but Shiva grace may come in a moment and destroy at a split second. So this cycle of turning our life into the meaningfulness, Shiva is the greatest boon in our life, because it brings the awareness. It destroys, in the sense, all our pride destroyed, all our ego destroyed, our me and mine destroyed, our all fear also goes away. When one enters into this realm of truth, there's nothing to fear. What to lose? We don't lose anything, we don't gain anything. But it is a mistaken identity that we are thinking that we are being benefited by this, we are holding this, we are trying to keep it in my control, nation against nation, country against country, family against family, home against home, and the family level relationship, all are struggling and fighting, and for what cause? To bring to this awareness, it is all futile. Only turn back who you are. So this Shiva's grace is necessary, though it is not grace for us. We cannot take it as grace. When Shiva Tandava happens, he dances, and then the whole world trembles into, and it tries to get pulverized into ashes. It is not so much easy to accept it. But in spiritual sense, this is very beneficial. We find Sri Ramakrishna is born to demonstrate this. When he was born, boy, Godai, when he was born, from that point, he was found wearing with the ashes all over the body, because he slipped into a oven where there are ashes. It is Shiva born with this ashes around, the Shiva dress. We find that when he is growing up, he is going to the cremation ground. The very, very important point, he is going to the cremation ground, and near their home there are two cremation grounds. One is a deep, dense, wooded area, and another was on the little creek-like water flow was there. On that bank of that there is a cremation ground. And sometimes he used to go silently. It's his natural tendency, he used to run into the cremation ground. And his elder brother, he is not finding the small younger brother for a long time. He is searching here and there, this home, nowhere is Godai is found nowhere. Then he went to the jungle, and then he used to cry, "Hey, Godai, where are you?" And suddenly the brother will say, "Brother, don't come here, there are ghosts and goblins. Don't come here. I am coming out, I am now meditating in the cremation ground." And that is the point. He is not fearful. He, Ramakrishna, born in the Shiva nature, that is the realm you have to do your thinking, life as like that, impermanent. Life, everything is impermanent. What is permanent? Go deep into your own cave of the heart to feel the reality within. Not trust on the outside. We'll have to live with the world. It is not a word of pessimistic word I am talking. Shiva does not come to give us pessimism, or Ramakrishna does not come to give us pessimism, but realism. It is called realism, because what is the reality of life? We must have to live in the life, but how to live? And how to get out of this trouble, of this birth, death, suffering, pleasure, pain, anxieties, worries, tension. That's all life. And that is to be broken. Sri Ramakrishna found that he used to go into that type of cremation and do meditation and spiritual practice. He was, one day, that story all of you know, that Ramakrishna was called for playing in the role of a Shiva. There was, in those days, Shiva night is coming, all of you know. How to celebrate the Shiva night? You have to fast, if you can. Shiva is very harsh god. every other puja we get prasad. But Shiva worship is to, first point, you have to whole night, if you can, whole day, whole night you can fast, that is better. If you cannot, then drink water. If you cannot, then take some fruits. If you cannot, then take something else. That's a different thing. But ideal condition is that Shiva means you need not, you have to fast. And fast and what? Not fasting only, but take Lord Shiva's name. Shiva, 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 Shiva. All auspicious. Shiva is all auspicious. And that Shiva name, taking his name, repeating his holy name, and whole day and night fast, so that you don't spend a moment in otherworldly thought. That is the Shiva is all auspicious. Shiva means auspicious. Shiva means Ashutosha. He is very kind. He quickly grants the prayers of the devotees, he said. Anyhow, so, and Shiva night, in the village, there are how to ordinary people to do japa whole night, and fasting is too difficult. So there were custom in the villages, and now it is gone, that whole night to be awakened. So they used to have some open stage theater, and there will be some stories of Lord Shiva taken from the Puranas, and they will be enacted, so that people will be watching and their mind will be thinking of Shiva, at least that much to help. So there was such arrangement, but the person who was to play in the role of Shiva, he fell sick. Like here what we do Shiva night, one person becomes Shiva, no? And he dances Shiva dance, no? So, and then sits like a Shiva, perfectly unmoving. And you really feel that the Shiva is sitting here, no? So that is the way the other people get the benefit of this whole night theatrical things. But that person being sick, then everyone thought, my God, what will happen now? The entire drama, entire plan will be now disturbed and whole village will be assembling here. So they thought that Godai, this Ramakrishna, young Ramakrishna, he may be a good candidate, he looks like, and he sings, he knows how to sing and dance and like that, it will be good selection. So they approached, and Godai was very happy, yes, I'll be ready. So he was ready, and when he was dressed very nicely like a Shiva, and he was just appeared in the stage, and as he appeared in the stage, he went into samadhi. And he fell down, and people thought he became unconscious. That unconsciousness didn't leave him. Whole night he remained like that. Next day also he went on. He was in deep samadhi in the spirit of Shiva. So this is the connection we find, the Shiva nature, of Sri Ramakrishna's Shiva nature. Ramakrishna and Shiva has so much connection. We see that one day he was in the Dakshineshwar, later on, Dakshineshwar. One day there is Shiva temple, 12 Shiva temples are there. Across the one side is Mother's temple, on the Ganga side, 12 Shiva temples. And Sri Ramakrishna used to go and sometimes worship Shiva. And one day he was in ecstatic mood. He went and sat on Shiva, and embraced Shiva and sat on Shiva. And other priests got very annoyed. What nonsense, this priest, he's sitting on Lord Shiva and embracing Lord Shiva. They are making a fury to just punish Sri Ramakrishna. But Sri Ramakrishna by that time went into samadhi. And hearing all this noise, Mathur, who was the landlord, he was staying that time in Dakshineshwar. He came to hear a big commotion going on. What is going on? He came personally to supervise, and what is going on? They found that Shiva, Ramakrishna is in ecstatic mood, and embracing Shiva. He's sitting on the Shiva Lingam and he's lost his outer consciousness, and these people are making a plan to beat him for this offense and then bring him out. And then Mathur Babu saw that ecstatic mood of Sri Ramakrishna, and he understood who is Sri Ramakrishna and his inner feeling. Then he threatened everyone that if you touch Baba's body, your head will be chopped out just now. So everyone fell back. But the point is that Shiva consciousness is so rapid and quick in the mind of Ramakrishna that he always goes turning the mind from outside, going into the inner cave. Ramakrishna is one day, you remember the story, walking back and forth in the Dakshineshwar, and this Mathur, landlord, he was sitting in his office working something, and he saw one side Ramakrishna is working, it is Shiva, another side is Mother Kali. He could not believe it. He thought, what am I seeing? Am I hallucinating or something? And then rubbed his eyes and then saw second time, yes, it is Ramakrishna, is Shiva, and this is Kali, Mother Kali, Shiva and Kali. Second time, third time when he saw, he could not contain himself. He ran and kneeled down before Ramakrishna and begged, Baba, who are you? Please tell me. That means it is the Shiva manifesting in Sri Ramakrishna in this age, and how he taught us by his life. This is the instance. We all talk about this Ramakrishna movement. The movement is based on Sri Ramakrishna's statement. One day he was talking among the devotees, talking about the Vaishnava principles. Jive daya, show compassion to human being. Vaishnava Sevan, love the devotees and serve the devotees, like that. And the Lord's service to Lord, service to his children, like that. And kindness to all other creatures. And Ramakrishna, hearing this word, he went into ecstasy and he said, what? Who are you to show compassion? No compassion, it is Shiva Jnana Jiva Seva. Serve in individual person as Lord Shiva himself. Don't make any distinction. God is inside all. And Swami Vivekananda was present there. He was coming back after this incident, back to Calcutta, their home, with Sarat Maharaj and others. Then he said, oh, what a great message I got. And Sarat Maharaj said, what new message? But you don't hear what Ramakrishna said? If I get, if my opportunity comes, I will preach this message to the whole world. And that is the message of serving God in human personalities. It's this total shift, Jiva to Shiva. This mortal, ignorant, selfish, body-centered, ego-centered personality is Lord Shiva himself. You keep this attitude and serve, serve, serve. And he started himself that service. I told the story of that Deoghar, where in the pilgrimage, he sat among the hungry people, famine-stricken people, and asked for their service. And he said, I am not going to your pilgrimage anywhere unless you feed this. This is the living Shiva. So this is the new path he has given, that two ideas, cremation ground and going back to the heart. Cremation ground is what? This is cremation ground. The life we are leading, we have to feel. Yes, everything we have to live, but it ends into nothingness. Worldly praise, worldly gain, worldly achievement, everything is good. But that will end in zero. Unless we leave this life inward journey to the cave, focusing on inside. What is inside me? The same inside is in you. This inside is God, that inside is also God. So serve God, God, God in all the aspects of life. This is a new ideology given to practice in our life. We should live the life, we should have education, we should have money, we should have, but everything should be focused on the idea it is all cremation ground. Because ultimately it is going to end in nothingness. The most powerful were Hitler, Mussolini, this, that, world teachers. Where are they now? Great people, incarnations, Rama, Krishna, physically if we look at them, they are also gone. It is equalizer. It does not stop, oh, you are a rich person, I will not touch you. Or you are an educated person, I will not touch you. You are a man of wisdom, I will not touch you. Death touches everyone. And death is touching every second. And we forget that aspect, and we are too much overwhelmed, singing and dancing in the world. And when last moment comes, we are fatally lost. We are totally, what? There is no time then. When the last moment comes for a life, I cannot do anything then. You cannot say, oh God of death, wait, let me finish my business. Give me 5 minutes time. Well, no 5 minutes. But it is such an uncertain thing, means such a situation in the cremation ground we live, but we never find that it is a really, what am I to do now? What am I for? This life is precious. This opportunity is precious. This opportunity, human birth, is so much precious. That's why scriptures adore this human birth, because only in this body one can have this concept of life, death, purpose, and its joy, blessings, failure, success. All these concepts, they can think about that and to find a solution out of it. And the solution has been given by these great souls from time immemorial. But it is a new path, not asking us to go for day and night meditation. We are not fit for that. Not asking us to do day and night analyze, you are Brahmanatman. A few people can be fit for that. Our day-to-day life is so complex, so we cannot do that. But service from morning till night. All are doing service. Your office in a law office, you are doing in the medical professional, you are in a general office, you are driving, you are cleaning, you are in the shower, you are helping someone. Anything we are doing is all action, work. But work for whom? To have some insight. Who in the cave of the heart is driving you to do that? And what is the inspiration here? And how can we, every movement can be deified like that, and then this connection will come. It is not, that's why it makes us fearless. Shiva idea brings us fearlessness because it gives the ultimate clarity of life, ultimate success or gain, what is the ultimate achievement of life. Achievement of life is fearlessness. How to be fearless? If we know this, we live in this ground of cremation, and it is every day dying and born and dying and born, dying of the physicality which we think I am. I know I am Brahman, that is theoretical talk. I know I am pure, that's a theoretical talk. But what I understand myself, I always understand I am in this body-mind complex. And in the body and mind, we are all suffering. Health, good health, we are happy. Ill health, then we suffer. Good mind, I am happy today. Mind is little disturbed, I am unhappy. So everything is changing in this world, and I am living in this change, and there is to understand that it all ends into this knowledge that it is not important. We live in the life, but it is not absolutely important to die in that concept. but I have something else to do. And how I can improvise my whole life, a pattern of life should be given a direction that to serve God. And service to God can be in different levels, according to our own capacity, from the lower level to the highest level. Human beings need several levels of help and assistance to awaken their inner consciousness. Our problems are in the physical level, our problems in the body level, no? Our problems are in the mental level, our problems are in intellectual level, our problem is in ego level. These are subtler level. But gross level starts with the physical body and physical, what I see, what I feel, sensate experience of this world. And through these experiences, if I see transcending these ideas, I am serving the Lord Shiva, the most auspicious and pure, birthless, deathless, eternal self. That is the Shiva, and that is my goal. And to connect in the heart means with love and affection. To connect with that reality is the principle of this Shiva Jnana Jiva Shiva. So help everyone, serve everyone in whatever level you can to help others. In the physical level, if someone is hungry, if you have the ability, give a plate of food. If he needs help in the health, try to help him in taking him to the hospital, to doctor, to medicine. If he is mentally disturbed, give some consolation, give some support, mental support, or take it to the proper doctor who can take care of them. So similarly, in the mental, intellectual level, yes, for study, give him to schooling, education, etc. But we are always thinking, I am serving a person, And I should get a thanks, because I did so much, you need to give me a thank. Because I did it for you, and you don't do, give and take principle, and there comes the business, worldly business. That worldly business is stopped in when it is Shiva. That worldly business is gone. It is all service and I am happy. It is for my improvement, for my going back into my own inner self. This is into the inner cave of the heart. That journey, I am serving, and serving anyone, and anyone comes in my life in any of this level. And spiritual also, if we have something to give him, some spiritual ideas, ideology, which you are benefited yourself, you can talk about that, and some people may get that path to finding their own inner spirituality. So this is the idea that we need to see, that everything is service to Shiva, and that is to be contemplated, analyzed, and applied. It is to be applied in life. It is not a theoretical talk. Seeing God everywhere is a theoretical talk. I see God everywhere. If I see God, then how will you, if you see God, then what will be your action? There should be some action. If Jesus Christ comes here and I see him, I don't give him a seat to chair to sit. I don't bring a little beverage to give him. I don't care for anything. I saw. What is that seeing? Seeing, if it is really we see Shiva, then will be the urge to serve. And how to serve? Not your way, but what he needs. Don't bring a philosophy to a hungry, poor guy. Who is hungry, give him food, Swami Vivekananda said. To the Vivekananda said that who is hungry, don't bring any philosophy, you are Brahman Atman. That will not fill his stomach. And who is really searching for Atman Brahman, talk to him as Atman Brahman. Don't bring the food plate to him. But that's the point. In our day-to-day life, we face so many situations, and we try to give our best, But this attitude is different. Attitude, we suffer, we don't take the spirit of the feeling that everything ends in nothing. Oh, so I don't care for the material name, fame, power, position, wealth, prosperity, whatever is, it makes everyone great in this world. Everyone is so running for things. My name has come in the 16th page of LA Times, at the bottom one place. And I am in the newspaper today. I am in the newspaper today. So many magazines are there. How many newspapers are there? How many newspapers are there in the world? My name has come in a bold type. I do some construction. My name should be written there big way. What name? Who cares? How many Nobel laureates are there in this year? Who can just recall their names now? Even we don't care for them. And I will be remembered, I did this and I. That should be the cremation. That should be the dancing of Shiva is necessary to break that ego, to break that arrogance. Everything which is pride, sarvang vastu bhayannitam, vairagyam eva abhayam. Everything is frightened, associated with fear and frightfulness. Only vairagya, when it's renunciation, which is Shiva, all auspicious, because he does not care for anything, does not ask for anyone to help anything, but he can take the poison of others and hold it inside. That's why Shiva's another name is Nilakantha, holding a blue neck, because holding the poison of others. Ramakrishna, holding the poison here, throat cancer. So Shiva and Ramakrishna has similarity here. Shiva has holding the poison here after the churning of the Mandara Meru, the ocean churning, and nectar others took. But he has to take only the poison. So this is the point. There is a great joy in taking the poison. What Swami Vivekananda said, you lived so many lives for yourself. Die for one life for the others, for the good of others. Give away your life for one life for others. You have done enough for your own personal necessities or needs, no? Why not one life for the good of others, for the benefit of others? Forget yourself. And that call is the Shiva's call. And Shiva's call, that is the call. If nothing is important, life will go away. We will die one day. It is sure. If there is anything sure in the world, death is sure. Other things may happen or not. You may get a PhD or may not get a PhD. You may be a good actor or may not be a good actor or actress in your life you desire. Musician, I may be good, may not. But death, there is no question about that, no doubt about that. So that question is fixed. Therefore the solution should be important, to go back to the cave of the heart, to feel that reality here in us, that love, that unconditional Satchidananda self, which is called how we call it, Ramakrishna nature, Shiva nature, and to project that in our every movement of life, in the physical level, mental level, intellectual level, ego level. Any level we can do. If we take this spirit, that is a great sadhana, spiritual sadhana, which can benefit our day-to-day life. From morning till now, you give a glass of water, as I say. With giving a glass of water, you can get God realization. If you think that I am serving, I am fortunate that I give you a thirsty person one glass of water. Or it may be a troublesome thing. I have to give again. Can you not take it here? Why shall I have to give? You are making someone lazy. Don't pull so many foolish arguments. You open your heart. You feel that you are fortunate. It is for your benefit this situation is happening. So come forward and do serve God and get into the cave of the heart. That means connect here who is here. So this is the Shiva and Ramakrishna. Thank you.
eternal itself. Words cannot express, nor mind conceive of his true nature. Sages reach him by the path of niti, niti, not this, not this. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. God of gods, he spells our fears and conquers all the foes of the gods, who fulfills the desires of good and righteous people everywhere, who relieves the heavy weight of worldly sins of the world in each age. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Out of compassion he was born, by his own will he assumed a body, taking part in the play divine and living out a saintly life. Gold and clay were to him the same. His mind rose above both likes and dislikes. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He gives us peace and happiness, the fears of life and death he removes. He saw truth in every faith and knew the heart of all holy books. Growth of unrighteousness he checked, redeeming Dharma from every stain. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. We bow down in deep devotion to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna.
So we have a in news that Swami Sarvadevananda is coming day after tomorrow. He will be speaking here in the evening, 7:30. Swami Sarvadevananda, 10th of February, Tuesday. His topic is realization of fullness. So please join us if you can. But come earlier. There may be, first come first, have to catch the seat. That's one. That's the good news. Another thing is our Shivaratri, as we talked about Lord Shiva, is next Sunday. Today Sunday, next Sunday. And worship starts at 6 p.m. in the evening, and it goes up to midnight, crossing midnight, 1 o'clock, 1:30. So please come as you can for the Shivaratri on the 15th, and Swami Sarvadevananda coming on day after tomorrow evening. He's not coming, he's coming early, but he has the other program. so he will not be much here. But Tuesday evening he will be here. And what else? I think next is Ramakrishna next week, so 22nd. So these are the two announcements. And weekly classes, of course, one class, Tuesday afternoon class, which I give for Bhagavat, that will not be streamed. That is stopped.
Next week's Sunday lecture is still on. So the topic for next Sunday's lecture?
Oh, next Sunday there is a Shivaratri.
Yes.
Oh, we have also talked. Yeah, right. Vedarupananda, sorry, yeah. Those, I thought that we are free from... No, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock there will be some touchstone of the Veda. Touchstone of the Veda by Swami Vedarupananda. Okay, so 11 o'clock. Vivekananda house is there at 4 p.m. We go to Swamiji's house and have some little retreat. 4 to 6, it goes to 7 sometimes, as an informal way of going and meeting them. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma sarupine avatar varishthayo Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Panamastu. We'll have, in the living room, we'll have some time with question answer as we have some tea and then come.